I got our next topic in this box.
What's in the box?
Our next topic.
What's in the fucking box?
Our next topic.
You lie! You're a fucking liar! Shut up!
Brad Pitt. You know, he was one of the first men I wanted to have sex with. Here's his top 10. So kicking off this list at number 10 is 12 Years a Slave. Even though his part in this movie is small, I think he deserves an honourable mention. So my number 9 is Troy. This movie has one of my favourite fight scenes between homeboy, Eric Bana, and Brad Pitt. The choreography in this fight was fantastic, and Achilles, Brad Pitt, moved so fluently, so perfectly, almost like a demigod. My number 8 is Moneyball. Brad Pitt plays alongside Jonah Hill in Jonah Hill's first serious role. Pitt's range of acting in this emotion-told story was fantastic, and he played his role really well. My number 7 is Snatch. Pitt plays a fast-talking Irish boxer who you can't understand a word that he says. But behind all that, he plays a very charismatic man, and this film is filled with one-liners.
Now, there is a problem with pikers or gypsies.
What you doing, Potter? Get out the way back.
Can't really understand much of what is being said.
You tell me. Come about the caravan.
Mr. O'Neill.
Fuck, man. Call me Mickey.
It's not Irish. It's not English.
How are you?
Fair, the Welshman can't just for the horses, you know
It's just, well, it's just pikey.
Fuck me. Just look at the size of it.
My number 6 is Inglourious Basterds. This is one of Tarantino's more recent films, and Pitt plays the head honcho of an American Nazi hunting party. His confidence and level-headedness are portrayed perfectly by Pitt, and his Italian accent will leave you in tears.
Gorlami. Mi scusi con me? Gorlami.
Ancora una volta.
Gorlami.
Alright, so now I'll bring in Chaz for his 10 to 6.
My number 10 is Ocean's 13. If we all disregard that Ocean's 12 was a thing, then this was the sequel to Ocean's 11 that we wanted. All the charm Pitt shows in the first Ocean movie, he brings right over to this one. My number 9 is Troy, and has the best insult of all time.
You sack of wine!
Brad Pitt's most epic movie for sure. No, it's not that true to its adaptation, but that's neither here nor there. Pitt's performance is very balls-to-the-wall fierce and angry in this movie, and I think that's why it's such a quality job. My number 8 is Fury. Brad Pitt's hair in this movie is sexy as fuck, and he's still ripped to all hell. In his second film, Killing Nazis, Brad plays the veteran to these younger guys, and you can tell that when the camera stops that it's the same thing. He's almost helping out these younger actors. For what this movie was, it was a fair war movie with Shia LaBeouf's constant I want to cry face. Pitt did a quality job. Also, the fact that he spoke German for a lot of this movie is always impressive. My number 7 is 12 Monkeys. During the peak of Brad Pitt being the sexiest man alive, he played a mental patient. Playing alongside Bruce Willis, when Bruce Willis seemed to actually care whether or not he was doing a good movie, Brad played a crazy role that was completely different to anything he'd done in the past. I think the most prominent thing in this movie were Brad Pitt's eyes. I mean, his eyes really sold that this man is a psychopath, and boy did he do a good job.
There's no right, there's no wrong, there's only popular opinion. You believe in germs, right?
I'm not crazy.
Of course not. Of course not. You want to escape, right? That's very sane. That's very sane.
My number 6 is Ocean's 11. Ocean's 11 stars Brad Pitt and George Clooney. Every woman's wet dream. Pitt plays Rusty Ryan, which sounds like a comic book character, but either way, his performance alongside George Clooney and their chemistry together reinvigorated their version of the 21st century Rat Pack.
So 12 Monkeys for you was number 7.
Yeah.
It's a bit low, don't you think?
Yeah, it was a good movie, but I don't think it holds up.
To what else he's done?
Yeah.
But like you said, his eyes.
Yeah, he's
crazy.
His performance were good, but I think he's done so much better.
Yeah, fair enough.
And considering the man's done so much.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you had Inglourious Basterds at number 6.
I did. It's one of my favorite Tarantinos as well, which is funny. But I like Brad Pitt's diversity in some of his roles, and I've seen him play the badass a lot. So you know, in my next couple, there's a bit of diversity in these roles, and that's what I like about him. All right, get out of here. I want to do my 5 and 4. All right, so my number 5 is 7. In this psychological thriller, we catch Pitt in one of his best roles. This film was a very intricate one, with some very dark qualities and a good twist at the end. All in all, great movie and great performance. And my number 4 is 12 Monkeys. Like I said before, I like to see a lot of variety in Brad Pitt when he plays his roles, and he does this beautifully in this role. He plays a mentally ill patient in a crumbling world, and I think he does his job beautifully. He has come under a lot of scrutiny under this role, because people do say that he has a tendency to overact in this role, but I think, considering what the role is asking of him, a mentally ill patient, like I said before, I think he does. I don't think he overplays it. I think he does it beautifully, and it's an outstanding job. All right, Chaz, come back. Let's hear your 5 and 4.
All right, thanks, Nick. Now it's time for my number 5. My number 5 is Moneyball. You wouldn't assume Jonah Hill and Brad Pitt to have great chemistry, but they really do. I think Brad Pitt a lot of the time gets typecasted as the hot guy, but in reality, he just happens to be a great actor who happens to be hot. There's a great scene in this movie where Pitt and Jonah Hill's character are trading players from teams, and the scene just sucks you in and throws you in, and I think that scene alone is partially the reason why Brad Pitt got an Oscar nom for this. My number 4 is Snatch. Snatching forward, put a subtitle on.
Alright, so now it's time for my 2nd and 3rd picks. Number 3 is The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Not the only David Fincher movie on this list, this movie brings about a sort of diversity that Pitt portrays beautifully. I mean, to play the entire lifespan of a man in a single movie is fantastic. Number 2 is Ocean's 11. In this remake of the 1960s movie under the same name, Pitt plays the role he was made for. He plays the sly, the confident, wise guy, and so naturally, he was brilliant. The cohesiveness of the movie, as well as the heist, planning, and all that, was spot on.
Okay, now it's time for my number 3 and 2. Number 3, 7. Trust me, I'd want to put Gwyneth Paltrow's head in a box too. In this movie, Brad Pitt plays the cliche, I'll do anything for the role, kind of badass rookie detectives, which is why, as the movie concludes and he breaks down, you feel really all the pain that he feels. Pitt showed a ton of range and shot himself straight to A-list material after this.
Give me the gun, David.
My number 2 is Inglourious Basterds. In this movie, Pitt plays the perfect army hero, the cliche American that you can't help but not love. In one of Tarantino's more serious roles, Pitt takes a light-hearted approach at a gruesome task.
Killing Nazis.
His ability to bring humor to a serious film and role really shows his acting chops. So at number 3, you had The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
I did.
I didn't even have it.
You didn't? I was wondering why you actually didn't have it at all.
I don't know, it was good, but I don't know, I just didn't believe it. Like, the acting was fine, it was just, I just didn't believe it. That the story didn't get to me, I didn't quite feel the feels, and yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't get it.
Enough.
I didn't believe it.
I thought it was just fantastic. Like, if we're speaking from a strictly acting standpoint, to play, you know, from an old man backwards to a young man, it was great. I mean, you can't get much more diversity unless you played, well, he's actually done it. He's played mental patients. It's just, this was all done in the same movie, and I thought that was fantastic. So unanimously, our number 1 is Fight Club.
Sorry, can't talk about it.
Guess that just leaves me. This is David Fincher's gem of a film. Pitt plays Tyler Durden, a soap manufacturer, but you know, he's also a fighter and an explosives expert on the side. His confident nature and sly personality will make you fall in love with him, despite his wickedness. I know I, for one, fell in love with him in this film. And I mean, look at him. Can you blame me?
Why would anyone want this shit job?
Because it affords him other interesting opportunities.
Like splicing single frames of pornography into family films.
So when the snooty cat and the courageous dog with the celebrity voices meet for the first time in Reel 3, that's when you'll catch a flash of Tyler's contribution to the film. Nobody knows that they saw it, but they did.
Nice big cock.
So this film not only had great performances from Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, and Helena Bonham Carter, but it was filmed and directed fantastically. David Fincher is an amazing director. Definitely go check it out. Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video. If you have any suggestions you want to add to the list, anything you'd like to see us doing, let us know.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, like us on Facebook, Twitter, the links are down there somewhere. Right. Subscribe, and if you don't, Nick's next on the Brangelina adoption list.